Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today for this ankle, knee and hip mobility and strength workout. Today all you need is a soft surface, 2 yoga blocks, or you can use some thick books. Let's get started. Stand with your feet hip width apart, and we're gonna just rotate to one side, and we're gonna feel how the foot is engaged on the right leg, the one we are rotating over. And the arch is lifted from the floor. Try to keep that engagement and rotate back, keeping the arch elevated. Let's do the same thing on the other side. The arch is lifting, trying to keep both arches lifted in the same position and do tiny squats. Feet are engaged. This is going to be especially noticeable if you have flat feet. Try to keep the engagement in your arch going. It's not collapsing down to the floor. Let's do 3 more tiny squats. Knees are tracking forward over your toes, same direction as your toes. Great job. Stand wider now. Let's do figure 8 with our hips. Going slower. And we're gonna stop in a position where you feel a stretch in your hip flexor. And then we're gonna add one arm overhead, reaching towards the other side. You might need to adjust a little bit and find that spot. For me, it's a little bit diagonal. I'm pushing my hips diagonally to feel a stretch in here. Do a couple breaths. And then we're gonna reverse the direction. And we're gonna stop on the other side. Find a spot where you feel a little bit of a stretch in your hip. Press a bit more, and then add an arm overhead. Exaggerating that stretch. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Great job. Come back, put your legs closer together. Now we're gonna try to touch knee to knee and then toe to knee. Kinda doing a figure 8 with your knee in front. Keep your core engaged, lifting up and working from your hip. So the whole work is happening in your hip socket here. Both of the hips sustain facing forward. You can hold the wall so you can concentrate on this movement rather than your balance. And let's do the same thing on the other leg. Knee to knee, toe to knee. Something resembling figure 8 with our knee. You can do the movement bigger or slower, whatever feels good to you. I'm looking down to keep my balance. You can hold the wall. Couple more. Great job. Now step diagonally wider, your toes pointing diagonally. Knee is gonna track in the same direction as your toes. You're gonna go past your ankle and come back. Be very intentional and slow here. This is a compromising position for your knee, but make sure you're engaging it, make sure you're pressing it out to that it's not collapsing inwards, and it's going in the same direction as your big toe. One more time, as far as you can go without feeling any tension or pain in your knee. And then we're gonna rotate toes inwards, try to shift our hips to make sure they're leveled, and feel the stretch. If you don't feel the stretch, try to rotate the leg even more inwards, toes pointing towards the other leg, and then shift your hips so they face forward, and you can even press them forward a little bit. Breathe in, make sure you're not arching in your back. Reaching up with the crown of your head. And let's repeat the same thing on the other leg. We're gonna step wide and we're gonna bend our leg diagonally in the same direction as the toes, going past the ankle, making sure there is no pain or any uncomfortable feeling around your knee. We're testing the range of motion. We're also straightening the knee muscles. Yes, it is a compromising position to go past the ankle, and we don't want to do it, especially if we're exercising with weights or so, but in real life, you might end up going in this position, and it's a good idea to strengthen those muscles around the knee to actually be supportive and prevent injury if you do happen to be in this position throughout your day. Great job. Rotate the toes in. We're gonna stretch the muscles a bit. Make sure the hips are facing forward. Feel the stretch in your hip. Great job. Put your legs closer together. Grab your knee and let's rotate the ankle. And then switch direction. Again, if the wall is nearby, if the chair is nearby, please hold on to it. And then we're gonna flex the toes, point. Couple more. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other leg. Grab onto your knee. Let's do rotation. One direction, then switch. And then curl up your toes, then point your foot and repeat. Great job. Set your feet down. Grab your books or your yoga blocks. Put them in front of you. And let's start with right leg. Let's put the ball of your foot on the edge of the yoga block, and then we're gonna shift the weight forward, feeling the stretch in the calf. Again, making sure the hips are even, and we are not feeling any sharp pain anywhere. You do need to feel the stretch in your calf, but it should be manageable. You can talk through it, you can breathe through it. Let's go one more time. Hold for a couple of breaths. Maybe you can go deeper. Again, if you need support, please hold on to the wall. Great job. Let's do the same thing on the other leg. Go back, reset, and go back into the stretch. Great job. Now we're gonna exercise the calf muscles, so put both feet on the blocks. Again, just the ball of the foot is on the block, and we're gonna bend one leg, lift the heel up, and then we're gonna alternate, touch the other heel to the floor, and alternate. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. Make sure your knee is facing forward, your toe is facing forward, and your heel is tracking under the knee. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Now put your right foot on the block, your toes are hanging off, and try to grab onto the block with your toes, engaging your arch here, and try to hover the other leg. And release. Again, trying as if you're grabbing the block with your toes. The toes should be hanging off the block. Lift the other leg. Let's do one more time. Grab, squeeze, feel the tension in your arch, and add on by lifting the other leg. Great job. The leg goes on the block, toes are hanging off, grab onto the block, lift the knee. And repeat. And then move your toes, and then repeat last time. Grab onto the block, feel the arch engage, and release. Now let's rotate the blocks a little bit. Put your toes and ball of the foot on the block, heels reaching down. Actually, let's bring them a bit closer so your heels are actually touching, and then lift the heels up and separate them. Let's do 10 times. 3. If you need to readjust the distance, make sure your heels can reach the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Set your blocks aside, and let's go into a standing lunge position. Step forward, reach your arms up, and now touch your back toes with your opposite arm. Open up your chest, flex the straight legs foot, feel the stretch, feel the opening in your hips and legs, and then come back. Let's do 2 more times, going deeper with each time. Stay here for 1 or 2 breaths, and then press up into the lunge. 1 more time. Again, the bent knee is pressing out to make sure that it's facing and tracking in the same direction as your toes. Come back into the lunge. Now we're gonna do the opposite direction. So the same arm is going to touch the heel. Come back and straighten the front leg. Let go into the stretch. Come back into the lunge. Tap your heel behind you, and then go into a stretch. 1 more time. Then we're gonna repeat everything on the other leg. Great job. Repeat the same motions on the other leg. Gonna face the other direction. Let's go. Sit deeper with each repetition. Great job. Reset. Breathe in, breathe out. Tap the back heel. Breathe in, breathe out, stretch. One side gonna feel worse than another because we're not equally flexible on each side. Left one is definitely worse for me. So tap your heel behind you and then stretch the front leg. Lunge, reach and tap, stretch. Great job. Come up, set your feet wider, go into sumo squat, press your palms into your knees and let open your knees as wide as you can and reach one shoulder in front of you. Then another shoulder. And then one more time. And then we're gonna go into a deep squat. Just sit lower. You can use your blocks for support if you need to. You can move from side to side. Wherever feels good, you can press in your elbows into your knees to open your legs wider. Great job. Now, heel toe your legs together, rise up, set your blocks in front of you, long side up, and we're gonna go on the tippy toes, keeping your knees straight. Make sure the heels are tracking underneath our knees. We're gonna try to go into a deep squat, bringing our glutes all the way down to our heels. Grab the blocks, press your heels forward, hang out here, stretch your feet. Then, without setting your heels down, straighten your knees, press into the blocks, then set the heels down, then rise up. Let's repeat 2 more times. Go on your tippy toes, slowly go down with control, keeping your heels elevated. Go down to your heels, then press your heels further forward, hang out here, then shift your weight, use your blocks as a support, heels are still elevated, straighten your legs, then set them down and slowly come up. One more time. Great job. And then come up. Great job. Let's go down on the floor. We're gonna still use the blocks as support. I want you to step forward into the lunge. Use your blocks as a support. And we're gonna carefully go past our toes into a deeper stretch here. And press yourself back. Make sure you're not experiencing any sharp pain, any discomfort in your knee. Just go to the point where you start feeling maybe some tension in your knee and stop there. And now there, let's stretch in that position. It doesn't have to be all the way over your toes. You can build up to that slowly. One more time. And switch. Lunge and slowly bring your knee over and past your toes, or to the point where you start feeling some sort of tension, and stop. You should not experience any pain in your knee. Last time. Great job. Stand on your knees, still holding your blocks as a support. Engage your core, make sure there's no arch in your back, and we're gonna recline in a straight line and use your blocks to stop yourself, to support yourself. Put them behind you and then bring yourself back. You might not need the blocks, you might be able to do that without the blocks, but if you need extra support, please use them. Engage the muscles, bring yourself back without arching your back. Everything is a straight line. Let's do it one more time. Straighten the knee muscles here. Great job. Now sit down and straighten your legs in front of you. Let's move this out of the way. And let's just move your heels, your toes, point your feet, whatever feels good. Alternate. And then point both feet. And then scoop as if you're scooping some sand with your toes. And again, you might need your blocks for support actually. And then here, I want you to go over your toes as long as you're not feeling any sharp pain, and then set your heels down. Take your blocks, press yourself up, hang out here. Breathe, make sure your hips or your heels are touching, so don't open them up, they're touching. Let's go. And we are lifting the knees off the ground, using our own weight to stretch your feet. And then we're gonna go lift our knees all the way, go past and over our toes, and then straighten our legs. You can do it one at a time. If this is too much, you can just put one foot in front of you, toes pointed, and then try to just work one leg at a time, like this. And then straighten. Great job. Okay, let's work our glutes a little bit to stabilize our hip joints. Move your blocks away, we don't need them anymore. Let's start with clamps on the side. We're gonna do a clamp, and then we're gonna rotate the toes to point up, and then meet the other toes again, and then close the clamp. Let's do this 10 times. Great job. 4, 5, both of the hips are facing forward. Core engaged, this side is lifted away from the floor. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Now we're gonna rotate the leg around while also lifting the hips from the floor 10 times, and then we're gonna switch direction. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Everything is burning. 10. Great job. Let's switch sides. Starting with clamps. Engage the side body. Make sure it's pushing away from the floor. Your hips are leveled and facing forward. Open the knees, rotate the toes up and back and close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Readjust and let's go. Lift the hips off the floor and draw a circle with your knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. We're gonna do other direction. Reset and let's go. Back. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything is burning. 7. You can do it. 8, 9, 10. Great job. Let's go on all fours and we're gonna step the toes out to the side, rotate the knee and sit back. Stay here for a couple of breaths and then come back the same way and repeat. Last time. You can walk your hands further. And now let's do the same thing on the other leg. Trying to keep the hips leveled. One more. And you can walk your hands further out on this last one. Great job. Now set one elbow down on the floor and we're gonna lift the leg. Try to reach your shoulder with your knee, opening up your hips and then extend the leg, rotate the hips down, tap the toes behind you, behind the other leg, and then repeat. Let's go 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Great job. Let's do other leg. Oops, move your blocks. 1, 3, and 4. 6, 1. Great job. Go back to all fours. Gonna just move my blocks a bit further. Okay. And straighten the leg behind you. Bring it over and around. And then bend the knee behind the other knee and sit back. Let's repeat 10 times. 3. 7. And last one. You can stay here for a couple of breaths. And let's switch. Let's do the other leg. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And out here. And then we're gonna relax our hips again and stretch them a little bit, and we are done. Let's do 1990 just to relax. Windshield wipers. Stay on one side for 2 breaths. And then other side. Great job. Let's do a butterfly. Reach forward with the crown of your head and with a straight back. Fold forward. Just a little bit. It doesn't need to be a big motion, big movement. More importantly, here you need to keep your back straight. You can press into your knees. Let's do a couple more breaths. And let's do figure 4. Lay down on your back, flex your top foot, bring your other knee closer to you, and then press your elbow into the top leg's knee to open a bit wider. And then here, if you can, let's move side to side. Trying to reach your heel to the floor, and then your knee on the other side. Still pressing this knee into your heel to maintain the shape and the stretch. If this is too much, just stay here and try to bring your knee and heel closer towards your chest and open your knee wider. Or do this with me. If you find a spot that is extra tender, you can hang out there. For me, it's somewhere here. I'm grabbing my knee for a little bit more support, and I'm staying there. Maybe for 3 breaths. And let's switch feet, switch legs. go into this figure 4 for a couple of breaths, and then we're gonna start moving through it. Let's go. Let's reach the heel to the floor, still pressing one leg into another one. The knee. One side gonna feel a bit better than another. It's totally normal. Keep opening the top knee to maintain the figure 4 shape. And when you find a spot where you feel tenderness in your glute the most, let's hang out there for 3 breaths. Great job. Come back to center. And you are done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Please come back to it at least once a week to straighten your knees, to straighten your ankles and hips, and to also add some mobility to those areas. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.